Welcome to the YouTube podcast Deep Dive. Have you ever met someone who answered every question with silence? Like not even a word, just total silence.
I think we've all met people like that in our lives. Maybe not to that extreme, but...
Well, today I'm going to take you on a journey into this mountaintop monastery, way up high in the Himalayas. And we're going to see what happens when a thunderstorm meets a master, a Zen master. And a young monk discovers a truth that changes his whole life, like forever.
This is a classic setup for a Zen story. It's all about those unexpected encounters that shake up your worldview.
Right, and this monastery, it's like nestled in the mist and clouds, and known for these really, really old ancient teachings. But here's the thing, and this is what makes it so unique. The master of this monastery, his name's Master Kenzan, he hadn't spoken a word in over 10 years.
Wow, 10 years. Now that's commitment to silence. It's like he's turned silence into an art form.
Exactly, and people came from all over faraway lands just to witness this, like to see a guy who doesn't talk.
It's so counterintuitive, right? You'd think they'd want to hear him speak,
Right.
share his wisdom, all that.
I know. But there's something about that silence that draws people in, makes them wonder, maybe even makes them a little uncomfortable. What do you think? I mean, what goes through your mind when you hear about somebody who chooses not to speak for that long?
I think it challenges our assumptions about communication, about how we learn, how we connect with each other. Like we're so used to words, to explanations, to constantly talking and thinking that silence can feel almost threatening. It's like it forces us to confront the unknown, things we can't grasp with our minds.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Now, into this atmosphere of silence, this really intentional silence, comes a young monk named Riku. And Riku is the total opposite of Master Kenzan. He's young, eager, full of questions, always wants to know the why of everything, just buzzing with energy,
Oh, I can totally picture him, like bouncing off the walls with all those questions bottled up inside.
He's so relatable, right? I mean, haven't we all been there at some point? Especially when we're young, that thirst for knowledge, that impatience for answers.
Totally. And that impatience, that need for instant gratification. It's like, it's almost hardwired into us these days, right?
Yeah.
We want the answer now, Google it, done.
Exactly. And Riku's no different. So he goes up to Master Kenzan and asks him the biggest question of all. Master, what is the meaning of life? I mean, talk about a loaded question, right?
A mother of all questions. And he's asking a guy who hasn't spoken in 10 years. I mean, what do you even expect at that point?
Well, you'd expect something, right? Some wise saying, a cryptic riddle, maybe even a gesture or something. But Kenzan, he just looks at Riku, it gives him this, one blink, and then sips his tea.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine Riku's face? Talk about deflation. The ultimate letdown.
It must have been so frustrating. Like, he went up to this master, poured his heart out with this huge question, and got absolutely nothing in return. It's like, what's the point of even asking?
But there is a point, right? Even in the silence, even in the absence of a direct answer. Zen teachings are often about those spaces between, those things that are left unsaid.
Yeah, that's true. But for Riku, the silence isn't a teaching moment. It's just confusing. And it's not a one-time thing. The seasons change, Riku keeps studying, and Kenzan stays silent. Like, not a single word. It starts to really eat at him,
I bet. It's like a puzzle he can't solve. And the more he tries to figure it out, the more frustrated he gets. It's got to be driving him crazy.
It's this constant tension, right? He's in this place of learning, but the one person who's supposed to be his guide, his mentor, is just a wall of silence. So Riku's stuck with this burning question, this need for meaning, but no way to get to it.
It's like a pressure cooker, just building and building. And then, like a mirror to what's happening inside Riku, this huge summer thunderstorm rolls in. And I mean, it's intense, like the whole mountain is shaking.
The trees are bending, the wind is howling, lightning's flashing everywhere. It's like nature itself is throwing a tantrum.
A perfect reflection of Riku's inner turmoil, right? Like the storm outside mirroring the storm brewing inside him.
Totally. And Riku, he can't sleep, he's tossing and turning all night, can't get the silence out of his head, and the storm's raging outside. So he decides to go to the meditation hall, just to get away from it all. And guess who he finds there?
Master Kenzan, I'm guessing.
Yep. Sitting there, calm as can be, in the middle of all this chaos. There are candles flickering all around, and Kenzan's just there, still as a statue, completely unfazed by the storm.
It's like he's the eye of the hurricane. The storm's raging all around, but inside him, there's this perfect stillness.
Yeah, and it just makes Riku snap. He can't take it anymore. He bursts out. Master, why do you never speak? Why do you hide your wisdom behind this silence? I came here to learn, not to guess at what you're thinking.
Wow, talk about a release of pent-up frustrations. Like all those months of silence just came pouring out in that one outburst.
Right, and as he's saying this, there's this huge crack of thunder, like nature's punctuating his words. It's really dramatic. And then for the first time in 10 years, Master Kenzan opens his eyes. He looks at Riku and gestures for him to sit down. And he says, "Do you hear the storm, Riku?"
Such a simple question, but in that context, so loaded with meaning.
It's like he's not even acknowledging Riku's outburst. He's just gently guiding his attention, redirecting his focus.
And then he follows up with, does the storm need to explain itself for you to understand its power? It's such a brilliant way to shift the perspective, to move away from the need for verbal explanations.
It's like he's saying you don't need words to understand the power of the storm. You feel it, you experience it directly, and that's enough.
Right. It's about going beyond the limitations of language, of intellectual understanding, and tapping into something more visceral, more immediate.
And to really drive that point home, Kenzan says, the tree bends but does not break. The candle flickers but holds its light. The thunder does not ask permission to roar, and yet you demand words from the wind.
Oh, I love those analogies. They're so simple, yet so profound. It's like he's pointing to the inherent wisdom of nature, its ability to just be, to exist in its fullness without needing to explain itself.
And then, and this is where it gets really interesting, Kenzan gets up and walks out into the pouring rain, like just steps right out into the storm and lets the rain soak him completely.
It's such a powerful image. He's not just talking about the storm, he's becoming part of it, embracing it fully.
And as the rain's pouring down on him, he raises his arms and shouts, "Riku! Truth is not found in words. It is experienced. It is like the rain. You must stand in it to understand it."
That's it. That's the lesson. It's not about the words, it's about the experience, the direct, unmediated experience of life.
And at that moment, a bolt of lightning strikes really close by. But Kenzan doesn't even flinch. He's completely at peace, even in the face of this raw power.
It's like he's showing Riku that true understanding, true wisdom comes from facing your fears, from immersing yourself in the fullness of life, even the scary parts.
And Riku, well, he's completely blown away by this, so he steps out into the rain too. He feels the cold water on his skin, hears the thunder crashing all around him, and it's like something clicks inside him. That burning question about the meaning of life, it just melts away.
It's like he finally gets it, not intellectually, but on a deeper, more intuitive level. The experience itself becomes the answer.
And from that night on, Riku's a changed man. He stops looking for answers and words, he becomes more observant, listens more, speaks less, and spends more time just being present in the world, taking it all in.
He's moved beyond the need for constant explanations and has embraced the wisdom of direct experience.
And eventually, Riku becomes a master himself, and guess what? He chooses to mostly remain silent too. But not because he doesn't have anything to say, but because he understands that some truths can't be spoken, they can only be lived.
It's like he's come full circle, hasn't he? From being frustrated by silence to embodying it as a teaching in itself.
So I want to leave you with this. What question are you holding on to, hoping someone will give you the perfect answer to? Maybe the answer isn't in the words you're seeking, but in the experience you haven't stepped into yet.
That's a powerful thought. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest lessons are learned not through books or lectures, but through direct engagement with life.
If the story made you think, if it made you pause and reflect, maybe even brought a little peace to your day, consider subscribing to the channel. And share this deep dive with a friend, someone who you think might benefit from this story, someone who's maybe asking those big questions about life, the universe, and everything. And always remember, sometimes silence is the greatest teacher.